Welcome to Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada Rick,
I'm your co-host Tay.
for sure. So, today we'll be talking about the importance of a good support system
Mm-hmm.
for these athletes. And that's all age ranges. But like we normally do, how we normally start it off, what was your support system like when you played?
Uh,
You killing me, bro. I'm trying to take.
I ain't did nothing.
I know. Go ahead. Go
I ain't
ahead.
did nothing. But tough love. That's the best way I can put it. Tough love. Not being yes man and being honest, even though I didn't want to hear it. So yeah, good old tough love.
Yeah. And just to like attest to what you're saying, my mama was not a yes man.
Mm-hmm.
She was not a yes man. She was very no. She was a no man.
No, no,
She was a no man.
no. Was right.
Yeah, I mean,
Was
which
right.
she did instill in me right and wrong. You know, she did. I'll say, for my personal experience, I did have, for the most part, a good support system. Like I said, she, instilled the stuff I needed for me to go forward. And, as far as when it came to my athletics,
Every
front and center,
every
every game.
game. Don't miss one.
Don't miss one. You know, it don't matter where it's at, up here, down there, over there.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. I remember when my mom used to have uh uh um bro, what is it?
Big Red.
No, not Big Red. This before Big Red. She had
Um,
like a little car. I remember during like the summer for AAU. We ain't had no air. Summertime now. Don't let you hit a red light. Boy, which man, please don't let me no traffic. But you know what I'm saying? Even through that, I want to say like a little cavalier.
yeah.
But even with all that, a car that she don't know what it's gonna do tomorrow, up and down the highways and byways, you know, to make sure I can play ball. So I had a really good support system. Um, it and I'm thankful for her doing that. And now as an adult, knowing the sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
it took for her to make those things happen. And even further, like my grandma, hell or high water, she coming too.
Too.
You know what I'm
You showing
saying?
up. Gonna be
Yeah,
that. You gonna make listen. If
you know,
you know. You gonna hear them.
yeah,
You
So
gonna hear them.
I had a good support system. My aunts, you know, so I really do appreciate what they did to make my career, possible,
Mm.
and make sure that they pushed me and made me who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shout out to the good support systems. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Shout out to y'all. We
yeah. We do appreciate y'all more than you know.
more than you know. Even though y'all think we don't,
We do.
you know.
We do. We got the luxury of having good support systems, which is a great thing. And since we did have those good support systems, let's discuss how can parents, because this is your lane,
Uh-huh.
which he hasn't gotten there yet, but he will. How can parents support their children when they get to the age of playing sports?
You have to. For me, what I know I'm gonna do. Well, I think I have a picture of what I'm gonna do. I don't want him to get numb to my voice. I want him to get criticized by other people, get taught by other people. because like they always say, it takes a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't want him to get numb to my voice. I want him to know that he can come to me, but understand that like, he can figure it out too. But he know I'm there. So, just guiding him like, I really want you to pick your own lane because I believe in you. I'm confident in you. So that'll be I feel like that'll be my support for him, especially when it comes to like sports and stuff. So,
Mhm.
just let him choose his own path, guide him when I can, but I want him to, stand on his own 2 feet. Just that's like, man, it's like that's like a tough question. What I have to do, like as I feel how I parent, I have to put what I can into him, right? Basics, right from wrong, this, that, all that. But I also want him to be independent, knowing that he can think for himself. If you need guidance, I'm right here. What I'm saying? But for the most part, I do want you to make your own decision. At the end of the day, it's your life. Like I said, I'm always gonna be here. But knowing that I'm raising a man, I want him to be able to stand on his own 2 feet. So it's how it's a double edged sword. Cause I don't, you can't be too lenient with him. Like I said, you have to guide him at the same time. Try to, and you really got me thinking now. My mind, just have to trust that I did what I was supposed to do. You know.
So, and this is just me speaking like coaching terms. They always say that game day is not the day that you coach. It's too late for all of
Mm-hmm.
that. Are you there for, adjustments and stuff like that? Yeah, but as far as like teaching, no. So do you feel like your job is to, you know, get him equipped by the time he hits 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, and, you know, loosen the reins up and just see where he go?
If he come to me like I really want to do this,
Right.
I'm gonna give him goals that he needs to reach. Obviously, I'm gonna challenge him. Just let me see if you really want it.
hmm
You need
What's
to.
some of them goals? Let's say this is hoops in
It's
headspace. So
hoops.
he trying to play ball. He
Uh,
entering his 7th grade year. So it's time for him to try out. Right? What goals we got here?
but before tryouts, the first goal, make sure them grades stay where they need to be.
Right, because you're a student
Student
athlete.
athlete, that gets lost.
Right,
Student athlete,
right.
make sure that's taken care of. All right, you said it's tryouts. I know mostly tryouts or see the fundamentals. Can you dribble, layup, shooting, and testing really speed and agility. You need to be in at least top three in everything. At least dribbling, passing, shooting. You need to. I want you to shoot that high.
Okay.
And as a parent, I know you might not reach all of it, but I'm gonna push you to see if you really want to do it.
Mhm.
Pop said I gotta be in top three. All right, come back. You say you didn't get top three, 4 out of the six. Well, 2 out of the six drill, you didn't get top three. Okay, you prove to me that you're willing to, you know, put something into it. And I just want to see if you really want it. Because if you want it, I'm gonna be here. I'll help you with whatever you need, but I'm not your coach. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you. Hey, I'm not your coach. I don't see what going on in practice. So if you come home telling me, man, Coach J, she ain't starting. What you doing in practice? Are you paying attention to in film? Are you giving your max effort in practice? I'm going to ask you those type of questions. So be ready to get that. That's part of them challenges. You have to be mentally tough. It ain't always about the physical attribute. You have to make sure you on your P's and Q's when it comes to this. And I'm not choosing sides. You have to understand that like I said, I'm not your coach. Just be ready for all them challenges. That's all I can tell them. If you say you really want to do this, I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna push you. I am.
Okay. So it's about finding and just I'm just asking
Mhm.
if I'm listening correctly. It's about finding that balance,
Mhm.
which is hard.
Very.
And now that we're discussing the battle of finding that balance, our parents, did we feel like we had a good support system? Yes. Did they struggle with the balance?
Are you asking me that? Yeah.
I saw it on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, they
yeah,
did. Oh, and that's like you said, this hoops and headspace.
yeah, for sure.
The mental challenge of that, on top of what we already dealing with, man. Ooh.
And let's jump back. So, for parents that watch, let's go back because most kids aren't very expressive.
Mhm.
But if you could go back and tell your parents how the imbalance affected you while you were playing sports, what would you say?
Don't be tone deaf to me. Just listen. Don't listen to the tone. Just hear what I'm saying. That's it. Cause I feel like our parents, cause like you said, a lot of us was expressive. It could come off aggressive or being disrespectful, or cause we're competitors, especially when it comes to that and we feel like, hey, it ain't going our way. It can, them moments can get a little heated, you know what I'm saying? But what I would go back and tell my support system, don't be tone deaf to what I'm saying. Just honestly, just sit there and hear me out. That's it.
Okay, so due to you having the answers that you have to that question, I feel like, and I ain't no psychologist, so
Mhm.
this is just opinionated. But I feel like parents, and stop me if I'm wrong, because you're a parent. Parents try to improve on their childhood
Trauma.
their childhood traumas
Mhm.
when it comes to their kids.
Hold on. I don't mean traumas. The
Yeah, triggers.
triggers.
I'm gonna say all of them: triggers,
Yeah,
traumas,
like what it the yeah.
tribulations, trials, all the
All
T's.
of it. All of them.
But whatever it was that we didn't like
Mhm.
from our childhood, we try to correct that moving forward with our kids. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, you said it beautifully.
thank you.
Yeah.
So again, it's from our parents not having balance to us trying to find the perfect balance.
Mhm.
Now, like you said, we were expressive.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the new age children aren't as expressive. But
They
let me rephrase it, not as expressive, as explosive and as combative and
Mhm.
as confrontational. The but again, so with that change, I feel like that change is due to us raising them differently than
Mhm.
what we were raised. So when it comes to the new era of children, we spoke on finding that balance when it comes to a parent to make sure that, you know, we're supporting them better, which in turn creates these new athletes.
Mhm.
So what's a good support system for these athletes outside of the house as far as from coaches, schools, community? How does, because like you said, it takes a village. So how does the village work together? And you can speak on them all together or separately, but or just a few, but coaches and school systems, community, how do they make it a good support system?
We thought we have to see the game through a new lens.
Talk to me now.
You know, back in my day.
Talk
Okay.
to me now.
Okay. Back in your day, this is not your day.
Unfortunately, it's not.
Unfortunately, your day has been on past. You have to see the game through a new lens
Yeah.
and accept these kids for what they bring, what they offer, and just support them. This is to me is really that simple. Quit watching it through them old lenses. That the game's not that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know y'all old heads don't like it, that the game is not 78 to 75 no more. It's okay. They're not playing football anymore. Get over it. Michael Jordan would, I don't care. Bump all that.
Yeah, my boy is done.
It's done. We appreciate him. That's the foundation, yada, yada, yada. Kudos to you. But just see the game through a new lens and accept them for who they are.
Yeah, because for
That's it.
me, I like to always say that um, there were players that were great in their era because that's the thing.
It's
There are eras,
errors for a reason.
and they dominated their era.
Era.
Everybody trying to always put if Mike was in this era, if LeBron had been back in Mike era, if Steph was shooting then, if I mean, at the end of the day,
They all
we
great.
and we'll never know what you're talking about because it's not reality. You know what I'm saying? Respectively within their eras, and we have a new era of player.
Mhm.
And as lovers of the game, we have to evolve with it.
We
Like me personally as a coach, I cannot stand a coach that has a game plan or a style of play
Mhm.
that they enjoy, and they try and take every single roster. This is on support systems because hey, coaches, let's support our players and let's not put them through the mental struggle of trying to turn them into something that they're not. If you have a team that can't play man to man,
Don't put them in there, man. It's that simple.
they can't play man to man.
Yeah.
If you have a team that can't shoot, they can't shoot. You know what I mean? So and that's not to say that we can't work on those things,
Play our strengths.
but
That's
let's play to our strengths
so,
while we work on our weaknesses. You know what I mean?
yeah.
To lessen some stress. But when it comes to supporting these athletes, when it comes to coaches, schools, do you feel like they put enough emphasis on mental health in the school system? And not just in the school system when it comes to athletics.
It could be better, but
Mhm.
coming from when we played, it's a lot better. I feel like, I honestly do.
Yeah, it's
It, it,
improved.
it can always be better, and but for right now, I think they do a pretty decent job.
But it also comes with that new era of kid.
Yeah,
You can't get them to produce and do what you want them to do if you're trying to stick with your old ways. You know?
man, evolving is a part of life. Everything has evolved.
You know something, man?
Like honestly, if
Just something simple. Like earlier, I was at Walmart and I watched this old lady get in her car. And like when she backed out, of course, we all got backup cameras now at this
Mhm.
point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching her back out with this camera, but it might have been a messed up thought. I don't know, but I thought it. I was like, dang, she probably drove her first car was probably like a 19. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a number after that, but
19
it
something
was back,
back
back,
in
back,
back in the
back.
gap.
You know what I'm saying?
I put a number 1960 Buick LaCrosse.
For sure. That's what it was. She kind of looked like
You ain't gonna put a number on it.
with the little cigarette thing on, with the
Push
little,
it in.
you know what I mean?
Ooh, y'all know nothing about that. Got to roll them up and down.
You know what I'm saying? Got the ashtray on the door handle.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I'm thinking in my mind though, like, imagine, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
going from driving a car that, you know what I'm saying, all it do is crank up and go
Mhm.
to the cars we have now that do everything but fly. But if she didn't evolve with the time, you know what I mean? But that's just a simple example. But the thing is, though, you have to,
You have to.
in order to survive, You have to evolve with what's going on and stick up with the times. To help support these athletes when it comes to the community as far as fans, especially, evolve with the game. If you love the game is going to change. We
Mhm.
coming up on a big change. When LeBron retires,
It's got
we have never seen an NBA season
without LeBron.
without LeBron in our lifetime. Have we? That I know of.
He he came in 03.
So when as far as when we was watching,
Yeah. That had been a season where he had
that we haven't seen LeBron James. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's gonna be a
So what you gonna do then? What you gonna do then when LeBron retired? Cause the NBA ain't quitting.
quitting.
Man,
Somebody else.
yeah, as a fan to support these athletes in a positive manner, evolve with the game, accept the changes, be open minded. Because when you really watch what these guys can do, whether some of the moves are legal or not,
You know, but they getting it off, bro.
what the stuff they
They
can do
ah wow.
is crazy.
Crazy.
Even moving over to the women, you used to could swear all they could do was make a layup and look like Tim Duncan on his best night. But look at them now. You have several that are dunking. You got several that are hitting the same moves that are being hit in the NBA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They are having more electrifying games as far as watching as a fan than the NBA. So embrace that, enjoy that, because it is what it is. You know what I mean?
If you don't like it, quit watching it.
It's that
It's that
simple.
simple.
It's that simple. But you ain't gotta be negative Nancy and throw all your,
Yeah.
whatever
Don't
onto it.
dehumanize them just because they
Don't
getting
don't
money.
dehumanize them. But since we talking about the negatives,
Yup. Here they go.
let's be specific. Me, I love a person that don't sugarcoat. So when it comes to a bad support system, in this part, the segment here, if you feel like we stepping on your toes, we stepping on them. So you need to get it together. When it comes to a bad support system
Mm-hmm.
in this era, what does that look like? Whether that's parenting, community,
Parenting, community, friends.
what does a bad one look like? What we need to stop doing?
First off, killing confidence.
Elaborate. How are we killing confidence?
Our generation tones, the way we talk to each other. Yeah, it can. You know, you ain't this, you ain't that. Our generation, I feel like we the most hating generation of all time.
I think it's the one before us, but hey.
We ain't far behind. We ain't far behind. You know,
Why would you disrespect yourself like that?
cause
I think we have
I'm
a good
talking.
gap.
Listen, like you said,
I think we have a good gap there.
listen. You ain't stepping on my toes.
No, I'm saying as far as like the age gap.
Anyways, ain't talking about that gap. I'm talking about it though. Yeah, like just the way we talk to people, make people feel. You know, we. I'm finna step on toes.
That's the point.
I don't care.
Step on them.
Our generation, we the most using,
Mm,
evil-hearted people, but we all say we want love.
mm.
We gonna that's gonna be another. Let me stop before I run off. That's gonna be for another episode. Yeah, killing confidence. That's just from parents. Like you ain't this, you ain't that, yada yada yada, whatever. All right, cool. That can kill confidence. Community. You done carry the team few games, and then you have one off night. They kill you. Well, fans. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna say community. Fans
Mm-hmm.
kill you. Had one off game. Fans expect perfection, and they act like they perfect.
Speaking of fans, let's talk alumni fans.
They ain't changed their lens yet. I don't even want to get
Cause what I'm saying as far as what you said,
back in
man, they're the worst when it comes to that.
worse.
Yeah.
See, you got my mind running now. Yeah. But way we talk, being a yes man, being users, manipulators,
Killing confidence.
killing confidence. Like those are for me. Those are things I do not want to be associated with at all. If it ain't genuine, you ain't correcting me when I'm wrong. I don't care if I am your best friend. You know, I'm public, I'm riding with you, but hey, when we get back, bro, don't ever put us in a situation like that. I love having my support system because they check me when I need to be checked, which I don't. I do a lot of self checking. I don't like being checked. I have a problem with that. But shout out to my team because they will check me when I need it. But man, you got my mind running, right? It's a lot I can say. But those are to answer your question.
Yeah.
What about for you?
Bad support system. Like you said, to elaborate on killing confidence and stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of parents do this. A lot of the fans do this. Stop trying to live your basketball career
Good job.
that is over.
I don't mean to cut you off, but that goes back to like I said when you asked me about Easton, that double-edged sword. I don't want to live my career again. That's why I said I want him to make his own decisions. Because a lot of parents, they like, you need to do this, you need to do that. My reign's gonna be loose.
Because I meant to ask you because you said you want to give them goals.
Uh-huh.
But with you saying you're giving them goals, you're kind of telling them what to do a little. But
It's just a challenge. You're
in your mind,
competitive.
it's a challenge. And now let me ask you this, and that's another thing too, because there's a thing when we talk about these parents, when we say parents that try and live their dream through their kids,
Mhm.
on the back end, they can say the same thing you're saying. They weren't trying to live their dream through their kids. I
Mhm.
was just trying to challenge them. I was trying to push them. I was trying to get them to where they want to be. Because if Easton was to come and tell you, I want to be in the NBA, I want to be the next Steph Curry, because he will. All the kids do. But the thing is, reality,
Uh-huh.
there are some kids that are going to run and tell their parents, I want to be the next Steph Curry. And in some years, we're going to see them be that. That's true. But what we're not going to see is what their parents and them and their community, their support system, what they all did to make that happen. And even more to piggyback on what you said, a good support system tells you when you're wrong, pushes you.
Mhm.
If you say, if you was to come to me and say, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds and I want you to hold me accountable. Okay, a true friend, if I see you go get a bunch of stuff you shouldn't have, whether that's gonna hurt your feelings, hurt your mental,
Mhm.
I don't my job's to tell you, right?
Mm.
So when it comes to those parents that we say again are the helicopter, wanna live my basketball dreams through you type of parent, their argument may be that you don't know that behind closed doors, my kid told me they want to be the next LeBron. Well, the only thing I know in my mind to make them the next LeBron is what I'm doing, which is pushing them like this and this and the third. So is it considered a bad support system? It well, let me if because you already know what you're gonna say. I can only speak for myself, so I'm gonna let you speak for yourself.
Mhm.
If Easton was to really come to you, and this ain't no come to you and say he want to be the next LeBron, but my boy couldn't hit a bucket in the ocean. This ain't that. This ain't delusion. This is Easton comes to you with some real hoop dreams, with some real potential. You've been seeing him like 7th, 8th grade, like out here getting buckets, like ninth grade year. He messed around. He done started varsity. He's you know what I'm saying, hitting newspapers. He's getting some notoriety, and he comes to you and he want to like really lock in and get there.
How tall is he? Cause that's gonna be the
Like he can
no, no. You're not answering my
if
question.
if if height wise, let's say he's at least 6'6" even.
Okay. I which I don't see that happen.
Right, but we're saying he in there. Or if you wanna say more realistically, he more at least Bugsy height. You know what I'm saying? Nate.
They ain't number 5'9".
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm
No, he can
saying if
be
you
good.
was trying to be more realistic,
Yeah.
but he can play though. Are you still sticking with your answer at the beginning? Is that how you're supporting him?
Yep. Like I said, I'm gonna be there regardless, but I can't put the work in for you. So like I said, that's gonna be. I can say what I'm gonna say, and you can take in what you gonna say, what you want. But I can't put that work in for you. So if you say you want to do it, okay. Like I said, I'm gonna guide you. This is what you have to do.
Mhm.
You have to sacrifice missing time with your friends. You can't go to the pool party tonight. You gotta get some shots up. You gonna do what you want to do, but those are my ways of guiding him. Like I'm going to tell you, like, hey, these are the things that you have to do. If you really want it, I'm gonna be right here with you, but I can't put that work in for you. And honestly, that's the best way I feel like I could do it. I'm not gonna be, oh, you need to do this, yeah, yeah. I'm not. No. Only you know what you want to do. Only you capable of reaching. If you want to reach those goals, you're gonna reach them. If you don't, you don't. I'm still gonna love you the same though.
So I'm finna ask you two questions.
Mm,
Game time.
mhm.
Game time. You in the bleachers. You got some parents that'll be extra, get them some floor seats. Which one are you? Are you a floor seat parent or you gonna get in the bleachers?
No, I'm cool, calm, and out the way anyway. I probably,
Okay, so
yeah.
you up there in the bleachers. Easton playing.
Mm.
Are you just sitting watching? Are you cheering? Are you yelling? What are you doing?
Point guard. Obviously, I'm gonna be just watching. If you have a good moment, yeah, I'm gonna let something out, but I'm not gonna be overly doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like things I expect him to do, I'm like, okay, yeah, good pass.
Hey,
I see you.
kid you not. I'm wishing our podcast longevity. I really do
You know,
because when Easton gets to that age,
I'm
you
going,
all
bro.
will know
I'm gonna be me.
whether he is telling the truth or not. If he mess around and leap up about this boy and fall over some chairs cheering, you'll be the
Like I
first to know.
said, if I have my moment, I have my moment.
He
He
said
can
a
listen.
small moment.
Listen.
Yeah,
It's like it's my moment. Cause
right,
you talking about me right now. I'm worried about he have a moment where he punching on two people. Oh,
right,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
right,
But for the most part, I'm just be up there watching, judging them. Really, that's what we doing. You should have made that pass. It was easier.
right. That leads to my
You done took the last 3 shots, but I ain't gonna be out there. You know, I might tell him, man, get off of it. Shoot, move that thing around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the team involved.
so that leads me to my next question.
Hmm.
Game night, post game. The game's over.
Hmm.
Y'all leaving the gym, ride home, dinner. What's this like?
What that's like?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna let him know what he did right. But I'm like, there's a few times, you could have made it a little simpler. I don't know what coach told you, but hey, I seen this. You could have did this. You should have watched how he was moving when he was defending you on the left side. Yada yada yada. Really just I ain't really too much going over. You had such and such points. Yada yada. Nah, we gonna tighten up on things I feel like you need to tighten up on. Mostly for me, it's gonna be passing IQ and what you can do better on the defensive end and just reading the game. That's gonna be me.
Okay, so I'm asking this, and I'm sure my mom might appreciate this question.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to mom.
Yeah. As you're navigating through guiding him, when he gets frustrated, when he does get tired of your voice, when he does have moments of rebellion, where he don't feel like pressing, where he may come in looking like Cuba from Boys in the Hood, from just being fed up. How do you deal with the dark times, the outbursts, the angry moments, the sad moments, the tired moments, the burnt out moments? How do you support?
Listen, I was your age before. I know how I get. And then we talking hypotheticals. He the man at school, this, that, and third. And man, listen, son, I'm here when you need me. I'm always here. Like I always say, have your moment. but don't let that moment define you. You have every right to express how you feel. Who am I to tell you you shouldn't feel angry about something? Who am I to tell you you shouldn't feel sad or whatever you feeling? You want to come talk about it? I'm here. Whatever you need, I got you. But don't let that define you. Run your race. Take your little break. Slow down a little bit. Get your mind right. Get back to it.
Yeah,
That for me.
for you.
For me. You know, since you want to point out our ways.
Yeah, yes, you did. And for me as a coach, um, I say it's hard to find that balance
Mm-hmm.
because you want so much for the kids, just like the parents. You see so much in them, just like the parent. Then you're more invested in their athletic career than the parents, though, because you're the coach. Their career is kind of it's intertwined with yours. If in my mind as a coach, I want nothing more but a championship, that rides on your kid. And I'll say that sometimes as coaches, we can be a bad support system for our players because we're so focused on supporting our dreams and our goals
Mm-hmm.
as an individual. I can say that I've had moments where I come in wanting the bottom line so bad, wanting to win games, wanting to be a champion, wanting to, have all these accolades because I know I have that potential and I know they have that potential. But being so blinded by that, you get lost in the fact that when it comes to reaching those goals, X's and O's don't really get you there. It's building those relationships. It's the mental game. When you can build bonds strong enough and be a strong enough support system and make sure you have a positive environment and keep stress at a minimum. I mean, sports are going to be stressful, but at a minimum. When you do all those different things and you combine that with the X's and O's, it's like I had a charger and no outlet. You got to have them both to get it going. So when you learn the balance, same thing as parenting, learn the balance them as individuals, as people, while at the same time balancing them as athletes and trying to accomplish our goal as a team. Uh,
Yeah, I have I ain't gonna say a problem. I have issue with not every coach, but some coaches. I feel like coaches they lose sight that it's not just about coaching them in sports. You're supposed to help. You're also coaching them in life. I feel like that's a lost art because NBA, WNBA pro, that's it's 1 in a million chance. You might get lucky and get one or two that go, but don't just. This is just for coaches. Don't just push them and will coach them for the sport that they're playing or whatever. Also help coach them for life, preparing them for life and, just being a good, genuine person, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all spend more time with the kids than parents do sometimes,
right,
especially during school season. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are really second parent. And I feel like y'all should look at it like that. Not
right,
saying, that,
right,
some do, some don't,
right,
but you know what I'm saying? Just be there for them, man. Cause like they do deal with a lot. I feel like they deal with a lot. Not having a good support system, all the social media stuff, and comparing their lives to other people's and all that. So just don't lose sight of, they human too,
yeah,
and prepare them for life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So we also want to just step on a few more toes before we're done.
We got some more dogs to step on. Okay.
The mental toll it takes on these young kids as athletes when they don't have no support system at all. They don't get to experience a bad one, a good one. Just don't nobody support them.
Hmm.
If Easton starts playing and he has a friend that you notice doesn't have a support system at all. Parents don't take him to practice. It's his friends. You ain't never seen his parents a day in your life, and he been playing ball with Easton for 2, 3 years. What do you do for him? Because to my other parents, don't overlook that baby.
That's the that's the biggest thing. Don't overlook them. You know, let them know like, hey, I know you want such and such here, but listen, I'm supporting all y'all. Especially if I know you close with Easton and you know you done came over to the house. Way we was raised, man, like the the brothers that I call my brothers, they're not my brothers by blood. These are brothers by choice. My mama is their mama and vice versa. I'm part of their family, they part of mine. And those bonds have lasted for a very long time. And like they family supported me when I was playing and my family supported, you know, my brothers. Just please don't overlook that baby because you never know what's going on.
Yeah.
Just your little support can change that child life and you ain't even know it.
Mm,
So shout out to all my extended family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
You know, some love for y'all too.
So when it comes to supporting these athletes, especially
Mm.
the younger ones, and making sure they have these long careers, it's very important because you cannot forget that this is an outlet at the end of the day. This is a choice. Nobody forced them to play. It's not like they enlisted in the army. You know what I mean? They chose to come out here and attempt to fall in love with this sport. They don't need no middleman Cupid. Let them have their own relationship with the game, find their own love, have their own journey, and you figure out how to support them and be there for them through it. One thing that I was reading up on and heard about parents, your job is to equip them with what they need to go out here into the world. Your job is not to teach them anything. Your job is to make sure they remember what they need when they get out here. That's it. Like you
That's it.
said, give them the tools, send them out there, see how he does. And I'm
Trust
here if you need me.
trust trust the work what you put into
Trust
them.
what you put in,
That's it.
and that's it. When it comes to being a good fan and supporting our number one athletes that we adore all the time, evolve with the game.
Absolutely.
LeBron ain't the same LeBron from when he was fresh up out the Irish jersey as he is today. You accepted that. You could do the same thing for these younger ones that are coming into the game
Yeah.
and doing things differently, whether you agree with it or not.
You're
They
right.
getting buckets.
Like the foul baiting. It ain't foul baiting, it's just smart basketball.
You got your opinion, and they got theirs, and that's okay.
If you don't want to watch it, cut it off.
If you don't want to watch, cut it off. And if you do want to watch,
Sit back.
learn how to sit back
See it through a new lens.
and see it through a new lens.
Hey, put it like this. If Kevin Garnett can do it, you can do it.
For sure.
Hey,
If the big ticket can
hey,
change his mind, because hey, him and Paul have always been so headstrong on that old mindset. Man, that's a good example.
hey,
They have always been set on that old mindset, and never wanted to evolve with the game. And look at them now.
hey. If Tiki can sit back and give these young guys their flowers and continue to reach out and give his support, we, I don't want to hear nothing else y'all talking about.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah. So just learn to enjoy the new game we got, the new players, the new kids, all of it, and learn how to navigate in this new era of basketball we in.
That's it.
This is. Um, Again, we thank you for joining us here on Hoops and Headspace. We hope we taught you how to be a good support system, gave you some tips on how to support these kids. We hope we stepped on enough toes to make you stop being a bad support system to these kids. We hope that if you feel like in your mind you haven't been a support system at all, that you will get on up and try it today.
That ain't how you as my old teacher would say, shout out to Coach Kent, It ain't how you start. It's how you finish.
You know what I mean? So finish strong.
And listen to these kids, please.
Listen to them.
Listen to
They got
them.
real problems,
Listen to
real
them.
lives, real emotions,
Listen to
real
them.
stressors, real anxiety. So they real people. Don't dehumanize the kids, just like we're not dehumanizing the pro athletes.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that simple. But again, we thank you for joining us. We hope you found some information in here that you can apply to yourself in your life when it comes to your athletic career. And we want to see you again and 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 again. Again.
And again, we want to see you again.
And now that we through, I can mention my boy over here looking like the Matrix this whole episode. My boy look like pick the blue or red pill. But anyway,
We're going to pick the blue one.
wait, the blue?
We're going
For
to pick
sure.
the blue one.
So thank you for joining us here on Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada.
I'm your T.
For sure, we about.
We out the mud.